What's up, everybody, and welcome to my NXT review. This is the go-home show before NXT Stand and Deliver this Saturday. I guess I should be saying Saturday morning or whenever this show begins. Apparently, it's high noon, but I don't really know what time it is in Texas, so I'm assuming it's going to start like at about 10 a.m., which is way too early, but then again, they really shouldn't have booked this show the same day as WrestleMania. But, yes, what do we have for this go-home show before this Saturday show? Basically, we kicked it off with Imperium versus LA Knight and MSK to kick off the show. A good six-man tag match. Ended up with LA Knight and Walter basically brawling to the back as Imperium ended up getting the win over MSK out there then. Not bad. The Creed brothers basically walked out on stage looking on in as they looked at both MSK and the and Imperium out there. Basically, the whole triple threat tag team. We got a lot of these triple threat tag team title matches this Saturday. One for WrestleMania and one for NXT. So, boom, there you go. And whatnot. But yeah, with them having a match on the card and, supposed to be Walter and LA Knight, even though I feel that's kind of a last minute thing, the match still happening this Saturday at NXT. So basically hyping up two matches right there. Next, they showed at least a promo from Kaylee Ray and Io Shirai of how they won the Dusty Classic, but to cash it in, since this is apparently Money in the Bank, they get a title shot in this whole Fatal 4-Way with Mandy Rose. As they talked about, they've been dominant champions before, Io, NXT Women's Champion, as Kaylee Ray was NXT UK Women's Champion. They said for about 630-something days. So, one of them basically said they were going to win. Dakota Kai was entering the building, but apparently Wendy Chu's stuff was all ripped up and everything, figuring it was Toxic Attraction that did it. Next, Ivy Nile, who was coming out there to face Tiffany Stratton. I know they showed Tatum Paxley back there, I guess trying to clean the Diamond Mine gym. Nile said you don't need to do any favors, anything, and basically told her to get out and whatnot. The match for the Ivy Nile and Stratton happened. The match was, I don't know, it was okay. Wasn't much I can really say much from it. The weird thing I still think is that, okay, Saray's puffball smoke shows up and Stratton gets easily distracted by it, and, Saray actually shows up, but, she's in her gear, not the whole schoolgirl. She's transformed and stuff. Basically, Ivy Nile got the Dragon Sleeper on her for the win to take out Stratton, but that whole smoke thing is just kind of weird and funny. It's like, okay, let's all look at the giant puff ball of smoke, folks. So that could be the big distraction right there. Next, Tommaso Ciampa, chair sessions with Ciampa. Basically, talk about he's had his highs and lows of NXT. And, it's talk about his highs of winning the title, but his lows from surgery or even personal stuff, like his wife having 5 miscarriages and whatnot before having his kid. And Ciampa basically saying, he talk about all the fans, everything they've done just to keep the black and gold alive and stuff. But Ciampa said that Stand and Deliver may be the end of an era, and it will create all that magic together once again. But Ciampa, every time Ciampa got up, he always threw his chair. But this time, he sat the chair, and it read a date of September 9th, 2015 to April the April 2nd, 2022. So this may be Ciampa. Well, I believe this is Ciampa's final run in NXT. His final time will be this Saturday. I guess against Tony D'Angelo, but that was a nice touch to see right there. We always see him throw the chair every time he finishes little chair sessions, but knowing this is most likely the last time, it was like a tombstone, basically saying, hey, this is going to be my final time at NXT this Saturday. So it is an end of an era. Like I said, we already know it's been dead, but this is like I said before, this is weeding out. It's like the last of the black and gold is being just weeded out at this point, and everything. But like one of the top ones being weeded out. So, you already know what's happening there. Next, we had a Dolph Ziggler video package of him basically saying that this is DZ 2.0 and talked about, Breaker, just like it's his first WrestleMania weekend. Ziggler's had about 18 of them at this point, and talk about he's got to do all the media and everything. And that's some local radio station in Florida like Breaker, but he's got like 500 other places to go. And he talked about what they do right now, training at the Performance Center. He's talked about how he's came from being a caddy for the whole Curran White thing, and him being a cheerleader. But he says he's still going to be NXT champion this Saturday after Stand and Deliver. We also got a Cora J promo, basically talking about her dreaming to get where she is, and talk about the names from the NXT Women's Champion, from Paige to Bailey, Sasha, Ripley, Bianca. Charlotte she didn't like, but still a champion. And talk about how Mandy is not a champion and everything. And she talked about she has to deal with more dominant women that have been champions. So she said it's gonna be sweeter when she was the NXT Women's Champion this Saturday at Stand and Deliver. Legado del Fantasma went against Briggs and Jensen. Match was okay. It's not much I can say much about it. Briggs and Jensen won, so I don't know. It's not like they're on the cards. A lot of matches that didn't really have nothing to do with Stand and Deliver. I feel like they still built Stand and Deliver, but so they did other stuff at the same time with Indy and Persia talking about we're gonna have some type of Texas standoff or who's the better couple. They're gonna figure that out this Saturday on NXT. Stand and Deliver. Grimes talked about this maybe his last chance to get into this ladder match. How he's nervous. He knows A Kid and Strong, great, just good opponents and whatnot. But Grimes says he needs this. He needs to make a promise to his dad and everything. So he's saying he needs to get in this match. Toxic Attraction came out, basically talking about everything from Io and Kaylee Ray and Cora Jade and the whole Fatal 4-Way coming up. Even they talked about how they took out Wendy Chu and had all her stuff ripped up and took it out of a bag as Chu's apologized, for not taking care of it. So they just, I guess, beat her up and took her stuff and destroyed it. And if there's no one left for them to face, as Dolan and Jane went on, like, we beat everybody. We beat all the tag teams. No one can stop us at this point. As even Mandy said, I'm going to beat the hell out of 3 bimbos. And, we're not Toxic Attraction. We are the attraction around here. But next thing you know, Dakota Kai came out for the attack. But then right after, Raquel Gonzalez making her return. We haven't seen her in a few weeks. Basically helped taking out Toxic Attraction. As the fans chanted, yes, Stan, and stuff. Because let's remember, they did win a Dusty Cup before. And Kai was just conflicted. What should she do? Does she join back up with Gonzalez? They end up, hugging and whatnot as the crowd went nuts. So, yeah, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez are back together, and they will be on the pre-show to face for the tag titles this Saturday. So, hey, at least this is a better match than having the whole Wendy Chu thing and Dakota Kai. Because I figured they were going to get a title shot anyways. I just didn't think Raquel Gonzalez would be back. But with Gonzalez being back and fans kind of happy to see him back as a team, I kind of like this better than just doing Wendy Chu and Dakota Kai themselves, okay? Next, though, Von Wagner went against Bodie Hayward. Wagner won. Match was okay. And then they had Jacket Time out there commentating. Man, remember when Kushida was a thing? Wagner just basically beat up Jacket Time and ripped off Ike Manjiro's sweater and jacket and just ripped it up. Tony D'Angelo, bada bing, bada boom. He's at his cousin's restaurant. He's gonna talk about, he's gonna do it for his family, the NXT family. Apparently, he will be the leader of the streets for NXT. He started off as a soldier and whatnot, but he will be the new Don of NXT when he beats the, the Tommaso champ. But this Saturday, hey, what's up with that? What else we had here? They did have a video package talking about Triple H, which it's kind of weird now. I know they, been talking about Triple H and how he had to, his in-ring career is basically over at this point, but it's kind of crazy, just listen, because this guy was the leader of NXT. He was the guy that put everything when it comes to the black and gold. This was his thing. And yes, his health problems recently basically took him out, and it's a lot of other stuff we can explain what was taken away from Triple H and how this is not really his NXT anymore. Because this was his thing. This was his black and gold thing until it was, gone from him. But, Triple H's health and everything, the important part is, hopefully the guy gets better and, wish him the best and all this. But it's crazy how all this is just, changed from what his vision was of NXT to where it is right now. So it's kind of insane when you think about it. Joe Gacy went against Draco Anthony. Match was okay. Gacy, we don't even see that much of Joe Gacy. Like we see him here and there, but it's like they don't really do much with him. It's like they were gonna do something with him, but then it's like they don't do much with him now at this point. It's like he's there, but it's like what's he really doing at the same time? Um, Next though, Braun Breaker. I'm sure what I say. I feel like this guy's the main reason for why the Steiner brothers in the Hall of Fame, and Scott Steiner even agreeing to do this still. But that's a story for another time with Scott Steiner. I mean, but Breaker, they had a video package from him saying that NXT is his life, NXT is his culture. He's made this place. Dolph Ziggler is a poison. He talked about he's gonna get that championship back and everything. He trains hard and stuff, so he's gonna get Dolph and he's gonna get the title back and everything this Saturday and stuff. And stuff. So yeah, not much I could say from that. What else? It's so funny. I already said they announced the tag title match for the pre-show. This is kind of funny that you automatically get a title shot here in Dakota Kai because Gonzalez was taken out of the tournament. So there you go. Nikita Lyons went against Sloane Jacobs. Basically a squash match right here. Listen, I'm sure everybody's just going over nuts right now, especially on the internet. Basically because Nikita Lyons is thick as hell, okay? And we all know people want to see that. Basically right after she won, Lash Legends is saying she's better than her. And I guess she's going to get her after Stand and Deliver and stuff. But Nikita Lyons, I still think her gimmick is all over the place. Next, Malcolm Bivens and Diamond Mine were hyping up this whole triple threat match, this last chance thing. And, they wished Roderick Strong luck until, I guess, one of the Creed brothers got a phone call saying it was from the 781 number. Whoever the guys that destroyed their gym, and maybe they will show up this Saturday, and they're going to get them once they win the titles this Saturday, as they said. But in the main event, we did have A-Kid, Roderick Strong, and Cameron Grimes, basically a final spot for this NXT Stand Deliver with the other opponents out there watching. Basically, Grimes won the match, which I expected, and ended up pinning Roderick Strong. I thought Roderick Strong was leading this match out here. They weren't going to pin A-Kid because he's new, but Strong's been taking a lot of pins lately, and I mean a lot of pins. So I figured he was going to lose here, and Grimes was going to get the win and whatnot, but still an enjoyable match, though, at the same time. But right after, everybody just started speaking on the mic, from Mello and them to, Santos talking, and then Grayson Waller talking, and Sokoa talking, talking about they're going to win the title and doing this and that, and Grimes says he's going to take the title to the moon. Everybody starts brawling then. I know Legato got in the ring, so it was a big little brawl before, for this show this Saturday. So this was just a brawl before the show, basically, went off the air then after that. Like I said, am I really looking forward to Stand Deliver? Here and there a little. I just want to see how many people come to the building, especially for a show that's starting in the afternoon, because they are still selling tickets for a very large building and stuff. I saw the American Airlines Center, because like I said, when it was TakeOver, yes, they did have, other shows part of it for that weekend. But even if they had a standalone show without, one of the bigger pay-per-views happening, people still went to these black and gold, the takeover shows. Like I said, I can't call it takeover anymore. It's just, Stand and Deliver. That takeover, Stand and Deliver. But, more people were going that show at the time. But now it's, it's different. So like I said, how many fans really about to be there this Saturday? When it was the black and gold, it did attract more people. But, with not being a black and gold in this big building, I really am curious to see how many people are going to show up this Saturday, especially in the middle of the fucking afternoon for this show too. So, like I said, the show starts super duper early. But other than that, that's my review of the Go Home show before Stand and Deliver this Saturday. Will I review this show? Maybe. I don't know. It's going to be a lot to watch on Saturday between that and WrestleMania. So we'll find out and we'll see how that's going to work, okay? But other than that, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. I'm out of here. See you guys then. Peace out.